What's up, YouTube? So I know it's been a while since I've done any kind of video like this, which is like the car drive talk video, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is that I've actually had a lot of people who have come to the stream recently and who have even been commenting, talking about that you guys wanted to see it again, you know, because a lot of you have enjoyed it. So me and my editor were talking a little more about it, and we decided that every Monday I would do a weekly recap, so to speak, kind of like going over everything, whatever happened during the week, things coming up, stuff like that. So yeah, so you guys can expect a video like this every week from now on, kind of like a little update as like what's going on in my life, what's going on with like the content direction, everything like that. So yeah, anyways, so I'm just driving to the gym right now, and I decided to like record, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so first things first, I just came back to Canada, I think like a week ago now, probably less even. And the thing is that every time I come back to Canada, it's like the issue with me and my lifestyle right now is that I'm home for, let's say, a month, and then I leave for a month, right? So home for a month, leave for a month, home for a month, leave for a month. And the thing is, when you do like all this traveling, I always try my best to like catch up with all like my family and stuff, you know? I always try to make sure like, okay, I see my aunts, because I have like 2 aunts, right? And I always try to make sure like, okay, I want to see them at least like twice before I actually go and before I leave again. So it's like, so it's like every time I come back, there's always like a little bit of a hectic week at first, trying to like make sure that I make all my rounds, so to speak. And then there are like friends that I haven't seen in a while that I also try to like catch up with too. So it's always like the first week or 2 weeks back, it's always like just going to like make sure that everything's being done, you know, like just going around doing like my roundly checkups and all that stuff. Because there was a time like 2 years ago, I would even say 3 years ago, because like you have to understand that with me, when I first started in the streaming scene especially, right, I would sit there and I would literally just stream like 10 to 13 hours a day. And when I wasn't streaming, I would just be responding to messages I'd get everywhere. Because back then, I'd be responding to all my messages on like Instagram, Discord, Twitter, like everywhere. So it was literally like 12 hours of streaming and then 3 hours of like message responses every single day, right? And it was after last summer that I decided, you know, like maybe now I should start actually being more present with like the people around me, because like I was completely neglecting everything. I'm talking about like maybe once every 2-3 months I'd go visit my family. Maybe like twice a year I'd see my friends, you know, because it would literally just be me cooped up in my room 12-13 hours a day every day. And that was just with the streaming. If you include like message responses, it was literally like I lived in my room, right? So that's why after last year I said, okay, you know what, now I'm gonna try to like have more like healthy habits, you know, because the thing about me is when it comes to League, I can get super obsessed. Like I'm talking about playing for 12 hours straight and then just thinking to myself, it's only 9, I can go until 13 hours, you know? And then it's like, it turns 10, and then I'm like, you know what, I really want to play another 2 hours. And like literally just playing until I pass out, right? I mean, for me, I guess I got lucky because I managed to turn that into my career. So like I have an excuse for doing it. But yeah, it's just like now it's at the point where now I'm like, what, 22, I think? I don't know. Anyways, now I think I'm like 22 or something. So when you get to like that point, it's like now you have to like be, I guess, more mindful of, okay, be more of like an all-around person, you know, because you can't just grow doing like the same thing over and over again. So that's why nowadays I try to like make an effort, you know, like where I always try to see my family, and if I can't see them, then even just like a short call with them once a week, you know, like small things like that, but just like keep up with everything, you know. But yeah, so that's why like the last week has just been hectic with that, because it was like going to see one aunt, then going to see a group of friends, and like yesterday, I think we started watching this show called like Shogun with like my parents. Me and Laura, we were watching like this show called Shogun, and that was like another like night where it's like you're doing that. And then like this upcoming week, I'm gonna have to go see my other aunt. Then I'm gonna have to probably make plans to like see a few other people, you know. So it's just like having to be everywhere all at once, you know. And then there's like that little part of you that sits there and you're just like, yeah, but I just want to grind, you know. Like there's that one part of you where it's like you just want to grind, and that's like the hardest part for me, has always been like to manage the point of like, okay, I want to be a good son, I want to be a good nephew, I want to be a good brother, a good friend, I want to be a good boyfriend, you know. But then at the same time, there's that part of, yeah, but I also want to be a great streamer, you know. Like I want to be a great League player, and to not fall into that, like, I guess like obsession with League, for me it's hard, because like I'm telling you, I could sit there and stream from 8 in the morning until 9 at night, and I'll just think to myself, I could stream until 10. Like it's just how I've always been, you know. So like that's the thing with that. So that's like kind of how this week's been. But besides like the real life, League has been going good. I mean, we ended up being like having a really good day yesterday and the day before, gaining like 200 net LP in 2 days, which I know might not sound like a lot, but it's because my account decayed from like Challenger to D2, right? So it means that I've been playing in like Grandmaster lobbies perma, and I'm still like managing to climb like really well on NA. So yesterday we ended up breaking GM cutoff at 475 LP, I believe. So today when I start the stream, I think I'm only like 11 wins from Chal, which, I mean, for me, it feels really good, because as I'm sure a lot of you have guessed, we're going to be going, well, because I've talked about it, but we're going to be going to Brazil next month. So me and a few other streamers. So that's why, not even a week yet back in NA, and I'm only 11 wins from Chal. So it means that if I could hit Challenger today or tomorrow, then I'll have 3 weeks to do a Challenger plus grind, you know, which I haven't really been able to do in a while, because it's like, in the past, it's always been like hard stuck for a while, and then I plan a trip, and then I hit Chal right before the trip, you know, and then it's like I don't have the time to actually like grind it. So this will be the first time in a while that I'm able to actually grind Challenger solo queue, so I'm kind of excited for that, you know, like, because it's fun for me when I'm able to like push my limits, and especially nowadays, the fact that I'm not really playing on like Hecarim only anymore, and I'm playing a lot of different champs, you know, like Kindred and things like that, that it's like cool that I'm able to actually like grind all these different champs and show everyone in that rank like, hey, look at me, I can like play other stuff now. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, so today's like also a big day for Brazil, because I have a few people like high ups in a Brazil team, like not a team but like an organization, that are actually helping me with the Brazil trip. So they're supposed to, well, they are helping me with like finding places to stay, and also like setting up a few things while I'm there as well. So I'm kind of excited for today, because today I'm supposed to get in a call with them to kind of like discuss the trip and really like hammer in, okay, where are we going to be staying and all that stuff. So after today, like the Brazil thing should be like actually everything starting to get booked and everything. So it's going to be very interesting to say the least. So yeah, so that's like the big thing about today is the call that I'm hoping goes well, and yeah, it should be insane, because you guys are probably going to see this announced probably like in the next video after today, because I just need the go ahead from them. But the biggest thing about Brazil isn't just the fact that we're going to play in Brazil, okay? So I know that a lot of you, if you're NA viewers or you viewers, you're kind of like, oh, he's playing on Brazil, like who really cares, you know? But let's just say that there's going to be things going on over there that's going to make it so that even if you have no, I guess, like attachment to the region whatsoever, that you're still going to be like, okay, I need to watch this. And I'll talk about why in like a later video, but what I can give you guys for now, and the only thing that I'm really going to like go over, is the fact that every year I host a Challenger race, right? Where it's like the first to hit Challenger wins a buy-in prize pool, right? So let's say we consider that one event, right? Like an event, because like the Challenger race, I consider an event. I don't know, I always say things like 4 times, but it's fine. But yeah, so like let's say we consider that one event. While I'm in Brazil, there are going to be 3 events. 3. And I'm staying there for like 5 weeks. So that's why I'm like really excited about Brazil, because the thing is, it's going to be fun for me. Just because I'm actually going to be pushing my like limits as a player to the absolute maximum. Because like all the things that will be coming up that I'll be talking about soon, I still want to kind of like edge you guys for a bit in that sense. All the things I'm going to be talking about soon, it's going to be like, it's really big things, like really, really huge. I would say honestly, and this is me being serious, when I went to Korea, it was my biggest blow up ever, right? I went from being maybe 4,000 viewers, 4,000, and in Korea I was peaking out. I think we peaked the most as a solo queue stream was like 25k, and the average was like 15,000, right? And YouTube videos popping off, every video getting like 6-digit views, whatever. I consider that to be my biggest blow up of all time. But I genuinely, honestly think that if this Brazil trip goes the way that I'm hoping it will, that we could actually double that growth. And I know that sounds crazy, but you guys are gonna know why soon. So that's the reason why now it's super important for me to really work on like myself as a player, because I don't have time to waste, you know? It's just what it comes down to. The thing about me is that for years, I've been content with just saying like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, making promises, starting arcs, and then if it doesn't work out initially, then I just kind of like say, bah, whatever, and I drop it, and then I just like, and then it's just like, it's gone, you know? But the thing is that recently, I've come to the realization, right? And my girlfriend actually helped me come to the realization that now, it's like people have heard all the promises in the world, they've heard like all the arc beginnings ever, that now it's like, it's time for actions to matter, you know what I mean? Because there's only so much talk a person can do before people start to be like, okay, it's enough. So that's why now it's about like actions, and that's why I'm gonna try to make sure that my actions end up lining up with my words. So that's why now Brazil is gonna be huge, and leading up to Brazil, I'm just gonna have to make sure that I'm the best player that I can possibly be, you know? I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm sitting there and that I'm putting in the hours, which is why I'm doing like 10 to 13 hour streams daily, you know? Besides the fact that I also love it. But yeah, so like that's why it's just like, it's about just maximizing myself as a player, and then also trying to make sure that I'm there for, I guess, like the people around me as well, and then finding, and then also like as a streamer too. So finding all those like balances recently has been like the biggest thing for me. But honestly, I think it's been going all right. Like it hasn't been like too bad. But yeah, so I'm just pulling into the gym now. So gonna be hitting a leg day today. So it shouldn't be too long of a workout, and then I'll be able to just like be spamming solo queue. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video that is about to play. Peace.